In the beginning, God created a beautiful world.
3, 2, 1. Action.
And that's why, at KAFTAN Television,
we imagine a beautiful world.
We are not just bragging.
We blaze the trail in broadcasting. And it is about you.
At KAFTAN TV, broadcasting is not just about information, education, and entertainment.
it's an aggregation of all you need to know in Nigeria.
And around the world to create signal.
At KAFTAN Television, we have all it takes to be on top in broadcasting.
Our mission is simple: to project Africa in a truthful yet positive manner.
Wait, we're coming to you in style.
Here we are, starting from September.
Look at what the facts are.
And as you say on KAFTAN TV, imagine a beautiful world.
Elections into the FCT area councils are coming, but are you informed? The New Direction Movement, in partnership with KAFTAN TV, presents a 30-day countdown to the FCT area council elections. Meet the candidates, hear their plans, examine their vision, assess their capacity to lead. From councillors to chairmen, one platform, one people, one purpose. Because leadership matters. Elections into the FCT area councils are coming, but are you informed? The New Direction Movement, in partnership with KAFTAN TV, presents a 30-day countdown to the FCT area council elections. Meet the candidates, hear their plans, examine their vision, assess their capacity to lead. From councillors to chairmen, one platform, one people, one purpose. Because leadership matters. Elections into the FCT area councils are coming, but are you informed? The New Direction Movement, in partnership with KAFTAN TV, presents a 30-day countdown to the FCT area council elections. Meet the candidates, hear their plans, examine their vision, assess their capacity to lead. From councillors to chairmen, one platform, one people, one purpose. Because leadership matters. Elections into the FCT area councils are coming, but are you informed? The New Direction Movement, in partnership with KAFTAN TV, presents a 30-day countdown to the FCT area council elections. Meet the candidates, hear their plans, examine their vision, assess their capacity to lead. From councillors to chairmen, one platform, one people, one purpose. Because leadership matters. Elections into the FCT area councils are coming, but are you informed? The New Direction Movement, in partnership with KAFTAN TV, presents a 30-day countdown to the FCT area council elections. Meet the candidates, hear their plans, examine their vision, assess their capacity to lead. From councillors to chairmen, one platform, one people, one purpose. Because leadership matters. Elections.
The future of our communities begins with informed choices.
As the 2026 FCT Area Council elections draw closer,
the New Direction Movement, in partnership with KAFTAN TV and Initiative, presents
30 days countdown to the FCT Area Council elections.
Join us every day at 6 p.m. on KAFTAN TV as we engage candidates for councillor and area council chairman,
asking the questions that matter on vision, mission, leadership, programs, accountability, development, and so on.
Join us as we drill the candidates and address grassroots development in FCT. Call in live to ask questions on 08029 38365.
Welcome to Countdown to FCT Area Council Elections. It's 25 days to the election, and you can see that the days are now running very, very fast. And today is 26th day of January, and on the 21st day of February, we'll all be going to the polls to vote for our leaders in the FCT from AMAC here. AMAC, that is the center point of action, the center point of power, the center of development in the FCT. AMAC that is privileged to be built by both the federal and the area council significantly together. You know, that's a zone, the most important zone in FCT. And it's called the FCC, Federal Capital Center, all the way down to Buhari Area Council, where you have the Nigerian Law School, where you have the JAMB, where you have Veritas University, and where you have a lot of other academic institutions growing up. So Buhari Area Council, with its 10 wards, will be going to the polls to choose the area council chairman and the councillors on the 21st of February. The same goes for AMAC that I told you earlier. AMAC will be going to the polls to choose the area council chairman and the 12 councillors. And then from Buhari, we move straight to, Gwagwalada. Gwagwalada is the seat of the University of Abuja, the only public university in Abuja. Gwagwalada will be voting for the area council chairman and the 10 councillors representing the various wards. And then from there we move to Kuje, all happening rapidly on the same day within the Federal Capital Territory. Kuje will be voting for local government chairman, or which we call area council chairman here in FCT. All the other states, the 36 states, they call their own local government chairman. But in FCT, we don't call them local government chairman, we call them area council chairman. It's still the same thing, and the 6 area council chairman in FCT, the chairman are also part of the 774 ward arrangement that constitute the third tier of government in Nigeria. And then from Kuje, we move to Abaji. Abaji, the furthest part of the FCT. And from Kuje, from Gwagwalada, you enter through Kuje, into Kuje, through Chukuku. And then you can go all the way like that, all the way to Robochi, and then you go to Abaji. And then Abaji will be choosing their local government chairman with 10 councillors also. And then from Abaji, you come back towards Gwagwalada. Before you get to Gwagwalada, you get to Kwali, and you vote for the area council chairman and the 10 ward councillors, all happening live on the 21st of February 2026. Grassroots is very, very important. And that's why we are taking time to do this program, and we have been doing the countdown so that you will be able to interact with the candidates that are to govern this beautiful federal capital that God gave to us in 1976 for the next 4 years. So that's why it's very important, because how they govern will determine how the dividend of democracy will rub on you. How they govern will affect the quality of schools your children will be going to. How they govern will affect the quality of education that your children will be enjoying. But we'll be going on break shortly, because we are bringing you today one of the people that is contesting for area council chairman in one of the 6 area councils. I will introduce him to you after the break. Please don't go away, don't touch the dial. This is still countdown to FCT area council election 2026. We'll be back shortly.
The future of our communities begins with informed choices.
As the 2026 FCT Area Council elections draw closer,
the New Direction Movement, in partnership with KAFTAN TV and Inspire Nigeria Initiative, presents
30 days countdown to the FCT Area Council elections.
Join us every day at 6 p.m. on KAFTAN TV as we engage candidates for councillor and area council chairman.
Asking the questions that matter on vision, mission, leadership, programs, accountability, development, and so on.
Join us as we drill the candidates and address grassroots development in FCT. Call in live to ask questions on 08029 38365.
Follow us live on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X.
30 days countdown only on KAFTAN TV.
A new direction for leadership begins with you.
Elections into the FCT area councils are coming, but are you informed? The New Direction Movement, in partnership with KAFTAN TV, presents a 30-day countdown to the FCT area council elections. Meet the candidates, hear their plans, examine their vision, assess their capacity to lead. From councillors to chairmen, one platform, one people, one purpose. Because leadership matters. Elections into the FCT area councils are coming, but are you informed? The New Direction Movement, in partnership with KAFTAN TV, presents a 30-day countdown to the FCT area council elections. Meet the candidates, hear their plans, examine their vision, assess their capacity to lead. From councillors to chairmen, one platform, one people, one purpose. Because leadership matters.
The future of our communities begins with informed choices.
As the 2026 FCT Area Council elections draw closer,
the New Direction Movement, in partnership with KAFTAN TV and Inspire Nigeria Initiative, presents
30 days countdown to the FCT Area Council elections.
Join us every day at 6 p.m. on KAFTAN TV.
Welcome back to the countdown to FCT Area Council elections. Before we went on the break, I was trying to intimate you with the 6 area councils and the 62 wards. And I was letting you know that it is very important that we pay attention to who become these 68 wise men. Let's call them 68 wise men, whom we are going to entrust the future of this territory into their hands in the next 4 years. And how the quality of these people, the quality, their leadership quality, their quality of governance, their quality of management will determine whether we will be progressive or we will be regressive. Now, in governance, when some people take over the leadership of an organization or of a state or even of a country, their quality of leadership, their quality of management, their quality of governance, their quality of thought, their quality of character impact on governance. It can influence whether we will be making progress or will be going backward or will be stagnant. And if you look at FCT very well, and that was the reason for this program, the level of progress is sluggish, is slow, is frustrating, is annoying. It frustrates a lot of people. Because how do you live in a place within FCT intuition, who are problem-solving passion, as counselor. Counselor can do a lot. I mean, a counselor, if he's very wise and and educated and enlightened and focused and passionate about the problem of the people can drive development towards that particular community or what that is representing. You see, the political power is very powerful. Winston Churchill says, "Give me a place to stand, and I will conquer the world." What political office gives people is a place to stand, to be able to, on behalf of the people, access opportunities, address situations, change environment, change narratives, and bring transformation. From the outside, as an NGO, there's a little you can do. I've been in the NGO sector for well over almost 3 decades now. From the NGO sector, from the civil society sector, there's a little you can do. And as a civil servant who's working in any of these organizations, you know, they say that everything rises and falls with leadership. Even though you have brilliant ideas as a civil servant, there's a little you can do to bring solution, to solve the problem that are bedeviling the entire community, the area council. So that's where leadership comes in. And that's why we vote every 4 years for people to become our councillors, to become our local government chairmen, to become our representatives, to become our senators, to become our state lawmakers, to become our governors, and to become our presidents. And that's why the presidents and the governors that are in charge of the executive and area council chairmen, they have agencies of government under them. You know, they have ministries, they have parastatals, and they also put in leaders. So you have to occupy an executive power to be able to actually bring transformation significantly. If you are doing it from the private sector, there's just a little you can do. If you are doing it from the third sector, which is the development sector, there's little you can do. Because you will still have to relate with the councillors. You will still have to relate with the local government chairman. You still have to submit proposal to the ministries for the commissioners to take care of to address. And if a commissioner says, this is not flying, it's not flying. If a local government chairman says, this is not flying, it's not flying. You know, if a director general says, I don't like this, that's the end of it. Because if they cannot see the merit of that proposal. That's why you find out that good proposals, they die on the shelves of government offices in Nigeria. Because it takes a man that is innovative. It takes a man that is inspirational. It takes a man that has hunger and passion to see things change in a society, to be able to say, I like this proposal. And then to minute it to the subordinates and follow up to make sure that it is, you know, pursued to a logical conclusion. So many beautiful ideas that could have transformed Nigeria have been written as proposals to government offices, and they just die because the people that sit in the position of authority are not people who are hungry for transformation. They are not people who are hungry for development. They are not people who are hungry to see change happen in the society. So that's why our attitude towards elections in Nigeria have to change, because it is elections that produce people who are supposed to lead us and govern us to development. And when we are not interested, or we backtrack, or we back off, or we sleep on the day of election, or we don't even participate at all, then we will allow the culture of mediocrity to continue. And where the culture of mediocrity continues, anywhere you see the culture of mediocrity reigning, there's no progress. There's stagnancy that eventually gives way to retrogression. Anywhere you see mediocrity, that is, the worst leading the best, there will be stagnancy. And nothing is stagnant forever. If it cannot move forward, then it will move backward. So that's why you see that if you look at many of our area councils, many of our states, I mean, you just think that, is there governance in this space? Are we making progress at all? But we cannot exonerate ourselves from the blame, because we have not accepted to play our role. We have not accepted to do the needful. We have not accepted to show up and make change happen. And when good people come out, because we are not interested, the voices of the old order drown their voices. You know, it's hard for brilliant people that want to really bring transformation, you know, to make it easily to become candidates of big political parties in Nigeria. So that's why you find out that people who are hungry for change, who want to see the system change, they just go and bury themselves in some of the small parties. And then because election in Nigeria is very, very expensive, their voices are eventually drowned on the day of election. So 2026 is going to be the pivotal year for bringing transformation to light if we truly want to see a nation that is progressive and a community that is developing. And it starts from here, from the Federal Capital Territory. Now, if you go around to the various wards in the city, in the FCT, for example, FCT. Let's look at FCT, the AMAC, the most developed part of FCT. AMAC, the most developed part of FCT. Okay, so you go to Gwagwa, you go to Jiwa, you go to Gui, you go to Orozo, you go to Yanya. The kind of development you see in the central area, do you see them in those places? The central area was the one that was well organized, well laid out. And even when the central area started, there was no surface wiring for power. Water was channeled into most of the houses. But instead of us making progress, we are moving backward. So as time goes on, we couldn't sustain the original, quality of thought and quality of commitment and quality of planning that was brought into developing the central area. So you now look at the Abuja Municipal Area Council, which is the most beautiful, the most developed part of FCT. In this Abuja Municipal Area Council, if you are taking census of slums, there are well over 50 slums, heavily populated slums inside the Abuja Municipal Area Council. Go to Kabusa, go to Wumba, go to Aleta, go to Figbakasa, go to Figbasama, and all the Figbas. And you go into the interiors, what you will see, slums everywhere. There are so many ungoverned spaces, even right within the Abuja Municipal Area Council, where the minister is, where the president is, where the seat of the chief of army staff is, where the seat of the chief of air staff is, where the seat of the chief of defense staff is, where the inspector general of police is. So many slums in the Abuja Municipal Area Council. Out of the 12 wards, the one you can say that are really developed in the wards are the city center, Gwarimpa, the bulk of Sun City, Sunnyvale, Lokogoma area, they are in Kabusa, but a bigger part of the Kabusa ward is still undeveloped. And you can go on and on like that. Various villages, you will see slums all over the place. The minister of FCT doesn't go into the slums. The local government chairman that's supposed to pay attention to the slums have left them as like small Sambisa within FCT. And that's where many of the criminals reside, inside the slums. Go along Airport Road, Karumagiji, and all the villages, along the area. And then you go to Kurudu. I mean, you can just go on and on and on and on. FCT area councils are begging for governance. They are begging for men and women to come in as councillors and as area council chairmen to bring transformation, to bring development, to bring change. There's nothing you and I can do now about the candidates that are going to emerge for the political parties. They have emerged already. So all the political parties have their local government chairman candidate already. All the councillors have their local government chairman already. Now, our opportunity to participate in that process of the primaries, many of us lost it because why? We don't belong to political parties. Many of us see political parties as something that is dirty, that is filthy, that we should not. How can me be a political party member? Every responsible Nigerian should, if you at least not, if you are not involved in party politics, you should be involved in political, awareness, political education. You should be able to educate people. You should be able to know, and then to educate people around you, how to make development happen, how to make change happen through governance and through political leadership. And this have to do with election. And you can never do election when there's no political party. It is political party that field in the candidates. And the best opportunity that we have as a people is to be part of the process at the political party, candidate selection process, which is called primaries. So if you belong to a political party, for example, you have the power to be able to vote for those who become delegates. And it is the delegate that will eventually vote at the primaries to choose the candidate. But like I told you earlier, that opportunity is already closed, is lost. So in case you have interacted with somebody that is contesting your area and you don't really like them, there's nothing you can do. So what you have to do now is to now make sure that you don't miss this last chance. And what is the last chance? To make sure that you now screen all those people that the political parties have given us so that we can pick the best out of them. And if we're able to pick the best out of them, then we know that we have a representative who sees us as part of his selection process, who sees us as part of the people who sent him out. If we don't interact with them, if we don't relate with them, if we don't know them, if we don't screen them, how do we make sure we get the best to come out as the councillors? How do we make sure that we get the best to come out as the local government chairman? And that's why we have been doing what we've been doing for 3 weeks now. This is the 3rd week of the countdown. And there's still 25 more days to the election. So we have been bringing to you area council chairman candidates that agreed to come. We have been bringing to you councillors that agreed to come. And in the back end, in the office, as we relate to them, many of them don't want to come because they do not respect you. See, when candidates respect you, the citizens, they will want to come and interact with you. They will want to come and talk to you. They want to come and share their ideas with you. They want to come and share their opinions with you. They want to come and tell you, this is why I am running this race on your behalf. Is there anything that you want me to do that is not in my plan, in my program? That rapport between the candidate and the electorate have to be well established. If it is not well established, the elected officials will not respect you. That's why you call them, they don't respond. You book appointment to see them either as a community or as individuals, you can't see them. But if you go to climes where what I've told you now is the order of the day, I mean, you call them, they respond. Go to America, for example. We have a church in America. The mayor is a white man. He comes to take part in every activity that the church is doing because he believes that these are the people that voted me into office. The pastors can call him, the imams can call him, the school principal can call, anybody can call him. And you see the senators. You are doing the naming ceremony of your children, and you write a letter to your senator. And say, Senator, I'm doing the naming ceremony of my child. I would like you to just send a message to my child. We are compiling a program. The senator has time to write a letter of congratulations to you and your family that a baby was born in your house. You are doing your milestone birthday celebration, for example, 30th celebration, 40th celebration, 50th celebration, and your senator, your honorable, they write letter to you to congratulate you, to be part of that your joy. You are able to see them, you are able to relate with them. You can walk to you can write a letter to their offices and they invite you, or you can write a letter to them, they respond. Why? Because they believe that you elected them. They didn't get there by their own power. They didn't get voted in by their money. They got voted in because you, the electorate, elect them. That's why in countries like that are developed democracies, the elected officials respect the voters. So if you want elected officials to begin to respect you as a citizen of Nigeria, as people who vote them into office, we will have to begin to, roll our sleeves and get involved in the process. Make our voices count. Make our impact felt. Show up. Ask questions. Be involved. Let them see clearly that you are interested in a new order, not in making things continue the way it's been continued before. And this is why the name of this organization is called New Direction. Nigeria needs new direction. New direction of governance, new direction of leadership, new direction of democracy, new direction of party politics, and new direction of citizens' involvement in the affairs of our country. Albert Einstein said, doing the same thing the same way repeatedly and expecting things to change, a different outcome, is madness. We can't continue to be disinterested in the way that our country should be built and expect the country to be built. We can't continue to celebrate mediocrity and expect the country to move forward. We can't continue to ignore the process that threw up those who govern us, who lead us, and expect our schools to work well, and expect our health sector to be uninterrupted, and expect economic affairs of the community to run smoothly, and expect security to be top-notch. It's not rocket science, and it's not magic. Garbage in, garbage out. Whatever you put in as input, we produce for you output, and the output will become the outcome. So if you put in an input that is less than desirable, it will give you an output that is less than desirable. And the outcome in your life, the outcome in the life of your children, the outcome in the life of your community, of your society, in security, in standard of living, in cost of living, everything may be what you do not expect. So, fellow citizens, I'm emotional today because Nigeria actually needs a new direction in politics, in governance, in the way we do things. We need 360 degrees turnaround. And that is why we are doing countdown to FCT election. Hoping that as we are talking to you, using the FCT election as our focus, we will begin to reason that this makes sense and it affects us in every other area of life. It affects us in state elections, it affects us in federal legislature elections, and it affects us in presidency election. And if we do things right, we will definitely get good results. And our community will begin to move forward. And leadership will begin to work for us. And then we will see that progress begins to happen rapidly, in a sustainable manner, in our communities, villages, towns, cities, and so on and so forth. So if you would like to interact with me today on this program, you can call us. Yes, if you like to interact with me, you can call us. Let me give you the number that you can call, because I believe that the way the passion is bubbling in my heart and in the heart of every one of us in the New Direction movement, I believe that the same way the passion is bubbling in your heart. If we are not passionate about our country cannot make progress. It was passion that drove President John F. Kennedy to say to Americans, think not of what your country can do for you, but think of what you can do for your country. Ponder about that for a while. Many of us have turned that particular statement on its head You know, we say that it's only a country that does something good for you that you do something good for. If your country does not do something good for you, and you also choose not to do something good for your country, what does that mean? It means that the madness and the pain and the suffering will continue for generations on end. But if your country is not doing good things for you, and you decided to form a movement of great citizens doing good things for the country, you know, as you begin to do good things for the country, and the impact of what you are doing begins to show, people will begin to take notice of what you are doing, and people will begin to say, you know what, it makes sense to join these people. And I think we have our first caller on the line. Let me answer the call. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Who is on the line, please?
This is MD calling from Abuja.
Oh, Mr. MD, how are you?
Fine, sir. God bless you.
Hope you are enjoying the countdown.
Of course, sir, we are.
What part of Abuja are you calling from?
I'm actually calling from Yanya.
Okay, how is Yanya?
Yanya is fine, sir.
And how is development in Yanya?
In fact, you have said it all about development, and I first of all want to thank you, sir, and thank the KAFTAN TV, the New Direction, and the Inspire Nigeria that have put together this program to enlighten the public, the electorate, because we have a lot of, I would say, uneducated electorate.
Uneducated electorates.
Who do not even pay attention to who govern them at the local level. You know, who have always looked to the federal, the central. And I believe that even the central themselves, it's like the politicians don't even want the electorate to be that enlightened, to know who to actually hold accountable, you know, for their development in their own locality. That's why I'm so happy that this program is coming up, and I believe that it will skyrocket from this place, even to other state elections, other local government elections in other states. And I want to say that you're doing a great job, sir. And I also want to add that maybe just like I said, for the purpose of education, so that the electorate are well armed with adequate information, in making decisions for who to actually vote for.
Yes.
Because election has gone beyond this person is my brother, I want to vote him. So I believe that in addition to what you're doing, sir, and the KAFTAN TV and the new direction for Nigeria, maybe we should begin. Maybe if there can be, some key areas that the electorate should look out for, or key qualities in the candidate, so that they don't just go there on the 21st of February and just don't print for anyone because they're giving them money or giving them sugar or giving them Maggi, like I have seen in my own area in Yanya Ward, where people were giving Maggi and salt, not even complete Maggi. That's how low we are in our thinking.
It's amazing.
People, it's so painful. I saw it with my own eyes. So I want people, and if there's any, I don't know whether we can leverage on a lot of social media handles to educate people, because I know that this program is not even, some persons are not watching this. They may not be seeing this now.
Yes.
A lot needs to be done. Our people need to know that it is the destiny of their locality depends on who they vote in as what councillors and local government chairmen. So I want to thank you, sir, not to take much of the time to allow others to call.
Thank you, Mr. MDA. God bless you. I hope you are going to vote in Yanya.
Of course, sir.
Okay, so please also help us carry this message to everybody that you know. Like you have called us now, you can also help us share the link to any other people that are in your network. It is through one person sharing the information to another person that we can actually be able to rescue our country, yes, and educate the people. Thank you so much for your time. God bless you, Mr. MDA. Thank you.
And you too, sir. Have a good evening.
So that's Mr. MDA who called us from Yanya, and we are grateful for the call. If you want to call us also to interact with us, our call number is 0802-993-8365. 0802-993-8365. You can call us also to express your passion about how you want things to change. Mr. MDA said that we should talk about the qualities of a good candidate. Yeah, that's very, very wonderful. That's one of the things that we plan to do today before we round up. And I'm very excited that he brought it up. You know what? Okay, so I was talking about what John F. Kennedy said. Think of what you can do for your country and not what your country can do for you. You see, that order is very, very important. Okay, so you look at it, for example. Look at the chicken and the egg. Imagine the egg. Imagine the chicken telling the egg that, egg, if you don't take care of me first, I will not take care of you. And the egg says, okay, fine. If you don't take care of me also, I will not take care of you. Because the destiny of the two of them, they are connected. The destiny of the chicken and the egg are connected together. The chicken will not be fruitful if it produces rubbish egg. And if the egg says, okay, because you have not done this, you have not done that, I will frustrate your effort, it will not work that way. So, our country needs us as citizens to develop the country. So even when our country is not doing good for us, by the way, the country, there's nothing wrong in the country. What is wrong with the country is the society that produces the leaders. When society show no interest in how their leaders are produced, whether, they taught us something in journalism. When you go to interview somebody and the person says no comment, he says no comment, and he refuses to give you answer that he should provide. So you will still report that the person said no comment. The person has, one way or the other, revealed something that no comment. So you know that this person is not a responsible person who does not want things to change. So that's the way it is. If we want our country to transform, we must be the people beginning to show interest in our country. So if we say we are not interested, bad people get there. They lock down the country for 4 years. And they take it from, if it was good before, to bad. Then if it is now bad, to worse. Or if they met it at bad, they take it to worse. Because your lack of interest allowed them to have access. But imagine if you are interested, and then because of, say, okay, I want to do it for my country, that my country produces good leaders. I will put in everything that I have to support good candidates. And how do I support them? I will go out and look for them. I will take the manifesto of all the candidates that are running for election. I will put in maybe just 30 minutes every day to go online. Google the name of a candidate. For example, I'm assuming that OLANREWAJU OSHO is a candidate. Google OLANREWAJU OSHO. And you see, today, nobody is eating. You will see either TikTok, or you see Facebook, or you see Instagram, or then you begin to see a trajectory of what the person has been doing in life. And if it does not show what the person has done, if the person has done something bad before, as you Google the name, a news report will come out. Oh, he stole money on so day. Oh, he was taken to court on so day. He was accusing of sleeping with another person's wife, or stealing the money that the community cooperative collected together and kept in his custody. You will be able to find out. So we need to begin to research our candidates. We need to begin to research our candidates. Find out to know more about them. Let's just start at the grassroots first. Start at the grassroots. Because these people live in your community. Only that lack of interest, your lack of interest, and your unwillingness to just invest a little time, not even money, a little time, is what is robbing you of the opportunity to be able to know the difference between Mr. A and Mr. B and Mr. C and Mr. D. For example, you can meet with 6 or 7 other members of your community and say, you know what, election is coming up. We want to be represented by good people in this place. I want the 10 of you to work with me to invite our councillor to come and talk to us. Let's know him, or let's know them. And then you will invite all the councillors. They will come because they are looking for the votes. They will come and talk to you. And then you'll be able to look at them as they are talking to you. You'll be able to read their body language. You'll be able to see whether they are actually people that are just running for running's sake, or they are running for a vision. If they are running with a vision, you will know. You'll be able to, by the time you are able to look at them, if you are somebody who can decipher and who can read people's faces, and when you are looking straight into people's faces, you may be able to, with the benefit of psychological gift, look into their heart and see whether they are telling the truth or they are telling lies. You'll be able to do that. And and this, the developed world, they have even taken to a high level. They will just set a table for them to, and they will put lie detectors there. And if he's telling lies, you'll be able to detect, So we need to begin to grow how we scrutinize people that want to govern us. It was Albert Einstein also who said, no, Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln said, almost every man has the capacity to withstand adversity. He said, but to know the character of a man, to know the true character of a man, give him power. Almost every man has the capacity to withstand adversity. But to know the true character, so at times adversity does not show the true character of somebody. He wriggles out, he bounces out, and then he overcomes the problem. But to know the true character of a person, give him power. No, it does not matter how small the power is. Just give power to people. And you see the way they begin to behave, making the head of a team, a group of 3 people. Give him power to lead 5 people. Give him power to lead 10. Not to talk of leading a whole council, a whole ward. The councillor represents a whole ward. And some wards are as populated as 250,000 people, 500,000 people. Some wards even have 1 million people. And then one councillor that is not tested, that is not scrutinized, that is not screened, is one representing them. And then they will complain that they are not making progress in that ward because he cannot represent them properly at the council meeting in the local government area. Because we don't actually scrutinize these people very well. Is it not a shame that a councillor represents you and I for 4 years in the area council or local government? He cannot say a word. He cannot propose a bill. He now becomes even almost criminal at the national level. We see senators who have never spoken. They don't say anything. They just laugh and they just vote. So how do they represent you? So this scrutiny is very, very important, and that's why we must cultivate the habit and the quality to scrutinize and screen our leaders. Number 1, what is his vision? Is he a visionary person? Okay, what has his vision done before? If you're a visionary person, vision will not wake up in your head only today. At the age of 50, at the age of 45. What have you done with vision in your life before now? What visionary project have you done? What visionary proposals have you written? What visionary innovation have you brought out? How has vision impacted your career? How has it impacted your life? How has it impacted your family that you are leading? Can your vision make things better? Turn bad to good, good to better, and better to best. So we look at this. What of integrity? Is he a man who says yes and he stands by his yes? Why do we have African time in Nigeria? It's because of lack of integrity. Everywhere you see integrity of character, you will see that there's no African time. 2 o'clock is 2 o'clock. 3 o'clock is 3 o'clock. 4 o'clock is 4 o'clock. The airlines, they have integrity. That's why they're able to fly. They will tell you we are leaving 8 a.m. And they work everything towards honoring time. That's integrity. If we say it, we do it. So this man that you are going to elect to become your councillor, to become your local government chairman, to become your senator, your honorable, do they have integrity? So we need to look at this quality of integrity. And then in wrapping up, because of time, I will share some with you even as we progress in other edition. Passion. Are they passionate about anything? Are they driven by passion, or they are driven by what do you call it, ambition? So passionate people, the way they approach problems passionately, and they transform it, and they make sure that the problem they met does not grow. Every energy that they need to exude to make sure that the problem is solved, they bring out that energy. Every door they have to knock, they knock. That's why you see passionate leaders, they don't sleep for 24 hours. They don't sleep for 8 hours. Many of them don't even sleep for 4 hours. They are thinking of the problem, they are thinking of how to solve it, and when you wake up in the morning, they go out and solve the problem. Let me give you one example. The king of Morocco. I've been there twice to look at the way their system works. I saw passion-driven leadership. 6 a.m., the man is up with his son that is going to become the next king. That's why you saw that Morocco is the one hosting everything now. Hosting tournaments, hosting conferences, hosting meetings. And you go from Marrakech to Alexandria to, Casablanca, you see everywhere beautiful. You see beauty because of what a passionate leader can do. So I've told you the quality of, vision, the quality of integrity, the quality of passion. So because Mr. MD said we should talk about these qualities. So look at these qualities but if you do not meet a candidate, how do you see this quality? How do you interview them? How do you interact with them? How do you look out for them, for these things? So that's why we should pay attention to all our candidates that are going to be elected on the 21st of February 2026 for area council leaders in FCT. And for the big election that is coming later for the president and for the national election, we should also use the same criteria, let's just use this as a launching pad to prepare to become citizens that get involved in how our country is transformed, how our country is governed, how our country is led, and you will see that our society will be the better for it. Our villages, our towns, our cities will begin to change, and our lives will get better because we'll be led by good people who have understanding of leadership and they know the purpose of why they are there. So thank you so very much for doing it with us today. I was to have a guest in the studio, and the guest was not able to make it. So we'll be here tomorrow again by the grace of God with another guest. Thank you so much. It is still brought to you by Nigerian, the New Direction for Nigerian Movement and KAFTAN TV. I want to thank Prince Adewale Adebayo, former presidential candidate of Social Democratic Party, for making his financial support to make this program to hold. Thank you so much. We also thank Inspire Nigeria Initiative, who is the initiator of the idea. God bless you. See you tomorrow, and have a wonderful evening. Bye.
The future of our communities begins with informed choices.
As the 2026 FCT Area Council elections draw closer,
the New Direction Movement, in partnership with KAFTAN TV and Inspire Nigeria Initiative, presents
30 days countdown to the FCT Area Council elections.
Join us every day at 6 p.m. on KAFTAN TV as we engage candidates for councillor and area council chairman.
Asking the questions that matter on vision, mission, leadership, programs, accountability, development, and so on.
Join us as we drill the candidates and address grassroots development in FCT. Call in live to ask questions on 08029 38365.
Follow us live on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X.
30 days countdown only on KAFTAN TV.
A new direction for leadership begins with you.